The nation's ag bankers meeting in Kansas City at the ABA Ag Lending Conference, and Shan Hanes, who is the president of the First National Bank in Elkhart, Kansas, and his member of the Ag Committee joins us. Shane, this conference, I hear record-setting, a number of bankers that are here to learn from each other, but also learn some of the latest.
Yeah, this is a great conference. I really enjoy attending this. You get such a wide variety of interest from all over the United States. You get such a diversity in different crops, different commodities, different focuses, and so it's great to learn from each other.
All right, let's talk specifically about what you're hearing in the countryside. Your bank in southwest Kansas, northwest Oklahoma, that's had its challenges as the overall agriculture industry, but your area in particular.
Sure, we suffered 3 to 4 years of some of the worst drought we'd ever had. Matter of fact, our chairman, who keeps track of that sort of thing, we had the 3 years in a row were worse than any 3 years consecutive years of the 30s, and so we had some challenges. But this year is the exact opposite. We are about 5 to 6 inches ahead of rainfall. Crops that normally do 180 on irrigated corn's coming in about 240. Dryland milo that's usually 30 to 40 is coming in closer to 100. Things look great. Crops are grain stacked every corner. We just had 5 inches of rain to put the wheat in, so we're happy.
Things look good. It's been maybe an anomaly, but maybe that's the way we're dealing with. But let's talk about the challenges that you're seeing in your community bank is farm income, because commodity prices are lower, bringing some challenges not only to your ag customers but to those Main Street businesses as well.
Sure. Yeah, those commodity prices. Farmers put the money back in the community, and when those come down, it's been a challenge. Those guys are pretty worried about it. They look at the tractor they were going to buy, the combine they were going to look at doing, and then that grain price goes from $8 to $3, and they hold off, and so it does affect the local community. This year, I think the commodity prices are going to hold everything in place. That guys are going to still break even, still pay everything back. But we can't handle too many of these, and we're not going to get 5 inches extra rain every year to offset that price.
Now, you talk about rain. The other issue in your area is the Ogallala aquifer, and I know there's been some measures being taken, some aggressive, some maybe meeting with some resistance, but I would assume in order to keep a strong economic viability in the area, those things have to happen.
Sure, the Governor Brownback's got a 50-year vision, water vision for Kansas, and I think that's a good thing. We want to protect that. We want that aquifer there for many years, and that aquifer, you really need to understand and study that to really appreciate the challenges. It's not a big bowl under there. There's shelves and there's different things, and so particular pockets could run out of water pretty quick if we don't address it. And I think our farmers are very engaged. They're going to protect what they can, but they also understand that they want that ground to be passed down to future generations. And so as long as we're on the same page, I think everybody will be fine through that process.
Obviously, the economy driven by agriculture, but it's that whole rural attitude to kind of give us a snapshot of the way you see things in the near term and maybe in the mid to long term on how things might shape up. As I assume you're saying, generational changes not only of farms but also of other Main Street businesses. Sure.
The biggest challenge right now that we're having is with the oil and gas industry. We've never been that large of an exploration and a drilling, but we have been a big part of production. And with the prices where they're at, as wells go down, they're not replacing them. They're closing them off, and so our county tax base fell significantly. We're seeing a lot of loss of jobs in that industry, and while it will come back, all indications say it's going to be 2 to 3 years. And so I think that has a much more immediate effect. You look at our county taxes, just to keep the same revenues for the county to function. Taxes went up this year anywhere from 44% to about 80-some%, depending on where you lived in the county, and that hits home, and we like those services. We don't want to give those up, but we got to pay for them now. And I think in the long term, price will come back, but we're going to have to get from here to there.
So what role do you as a banker play in all this?
It's a very challenging role, frankly. We've seen some guys that had $100,000 to $150,000 jobs that have worked there 20, 25 years and all of a sudden don't have a job anymore. One particular company, they just came in and laid off 75% of their workforce one day. And so you're almost a psychologist right now, a psychiatrist with those individuals, just encouraging them. Because, yeah, they can go get another job, but it's not replacing that income. And so that what we're seeing right now is being a little bit of an encourager. And as a bank, we have stepped up our involvement with economic development. We put another individual on the board, and as a bank, we're bringing in speakers, we're bringing in groups, and helping and basically funding that so that it keeps that off of the economic development, because money's tight at the county level, and so the bank has stepped up trying to do that, trying to bring in some industry, trying to help out where we can, and keep the economy going in the local country.
All right. Well, Shane, thanks a lot. Good luck in the future.
Thank you very much.
Shan Hanes, who is the president of the First National Bank in Elkhart, Kansas, and also a member of the Ag Committee here with the American Bankers Association. On the road in Kansas City, I'm Ken Rogers.